So after the disappearance of Afiba, Tandoh, and then a friend, Celine, Chidimma, Indindum, every day their case is getting worse and worse and scarier. Shall I tell you? So for those who don't know this particular case about Afiba and Celine, let me give you a little brief about this whole issue, because I know a lot of people know what I'm talking about. People be in the American WhatsApp, because this particular issues has been trending for about 2 weeks now, getting to 3 weeks, about their disappearance in Nigeria. So case in the shall say Afiba Tandoh is a Ghanaian, and now one friend Celine Chidimma, one also a Nigerian. They almost cries from Ghana, say almost call wedding in Nigeria. But you know, there was rumors say it was a hookup. These are not my words. This is what is trending, and I say this is what the man for Akika our net in so. This is the Omokika our net in so. So this is not my words. People are saying that it was a hookup team and Omukoye. So one of the friend Afiba Ghanaian lady no, one of the friend Celine Echo Nigeria. We say for a wedding in Omukoye. But Omudu ho no me say Omuni man bi ho a friend no Amachi Andrews Amachi they met him on Facebook. On Omukoye before say Omba wedding no. Na bra Omukoye Omunim hotel buku amu omoni ade a Omuko pi ho no. Bra Omudu hotel no, they seize their belongings. Omo phones, omo bags, everything belongs to them no. And this Amachi on them call for CC. Now is acquires a kidnap case no. So they kidnapped these two girls, Afiba the Ghanaian lady and Celine the Nigerian lady. They kidnapped them. See, there was a news crash say Afiba inya konya to her phone send one message be a man friend say they has been kidnapped. Ya kidnap woman say ya kidnap woman any idea. Am I who say this is what is going on, you know, about woman or the 2 woman there. Eti case ni nyina nkoda no. The people akopa now we are all been waiting for Afiba a husband, because Afiba are married to white man be minim country crowd official, but white man be and Bonibi and our now we all been waiting for on the side of the story, and now Afiba's husband abe disclosing some secrets deep some questions it deserves to be answered, like we hear answer say I was no, because until maybe I see people are requesting for money from him before they proceed investigations no more any ade. So and onim say omo aye just say omo a plan bibia de koso nyina no say yahu wei ni ade nyina no ni nyina ye plan no ma ye. Enti Afiba's husband is asking some questions any idea or the video aba na message was obenya to bonse na watie and sema ono keka na wo mani ade no na utie wi a don't forget to hi Shodan Studios or subscribe to this channel. We are not turning on bell notification icon. It's very important. So yanko tie the Afiba a husband ebe kan the white man no I think say a TikTok live yanko tie mra.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, sir. Mr. Tony Gomez. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Please, are you what's the Ghanaian? Are you the man's husband?
Yes, I'm Afiba's husband, and I'm not Ghanaian actually.
Okay.
I live in Dubai, and yeah, we've been on this case since 30 days, and we don't want to speak about the system in Nigeria, but I want to say some truths that no one knows. The person who asked me to get 2 million naira, or like send 2 million naira to him, was Darlington, which is the boyfriend of Blessing, and Blessing is the friend of Afiba and Celine. And he was always calling me twice or thrice a day, asking me not to mention his name into all of this. So why did he ask me for that? I'm very sure he has very good connections. I don't know if he's a politician. I don't know his family name, but I can get all these details. I was pressured a lot to send this amount so he can send the squad to the to Aba or whatever it is, and they can take custody of Andrew, because the Aba police, obviously, they're just ridiculous. I've been calling them, speaking to them, trying to do my best, and they tell me, oh, you know what, Celine might be playing pranks on us, and she just came on Snapchat, and none of that is true. None of that is true. She has never been online, and none of that is true. So they were even favoring Andrew all this time. They were with him all the time. He had his phone in the cell, and this is really ridiculous. No police on this planet would ever do such a ridiculous thing. None of the police would ever do this. He had his phone in the cell. He was well fed. He was well groomed. He was well dressed. And he was doing whatever he wants. And he was watching all the allegations against him. And he was creating a compelling story to the public so he can flee from it. That's why I'm saying all of this is a lie. Andrew has created a scenario in his head. He's a psychopath. The way he laid the ladies, the way he laid my wife. I know how my wife sleeps, actually. This is an abnormal. She's not lying normally. She's not lying normally. Why is her breast covered with the wig? This is really on purpose. It's scripted. It's scripted. It's like a movie. One matter of fact, I just want to bring this up. You know, these mermaids in movies, they cover their boobs with some hair, with hair extensions. And so this is what psychopaths do. I've read a lot of books about these kind of people and what can go through their minds. They're smarter than the average people, and a lot of scenarios can go through their minds, and they can really be covering up everything. Why is the nakedness of the ladies not showing in the video? Neither of them. The body is perfectly positioned that it covers Celine's body, and it covers her body too. Which means he knows he's sending this video to the public. And he knows that this video, if it's published on Facebook or Instagram, it would be taken down because of nudity. So he covered these things, so this would always be on social media and would never be taken down. These are not only assumptions we're making. The very first assumptions we made since day one were all right. 95% of the assumptions we made about Andrew since day one, myself and Celine's boyfriend, were 90% right. We are not saying we are smart. We are not saying we are investigators, but we just think logic and we want to say the truth. So what has been happening now, there's a lot of dragging. There's a lot of delaying in times. There's a lot of non-taking actions. This Darlington and this Blessing has to be questioned. Why did Blessing flee from Port Harcourt to Abuja when the police asked her to come and give her statement? Why did she flee there when Andrew was in custody on the 7th of May, on the 8th of May, I'm sorry, he was held on the 8th of May. The police was outside of his house, and they stood up about like 8 hours trying to enter from the building from the top, and he said, if you break the door on me, I will shoot myself. Why would you want to shoot yourself if you don't know that you did something so bad that would take you 50 years in prison to recover from it? Why is the public not asking all these questions? Why is the public not asking all these questions? We have to wake up. This is a full story. It's a made-up story. This guy is a criminal. He's been doing this for a lot of ladies, and he's been covering up. All his neighbors have to be questioned. All his neighbors. The CCTV camera in that state has to be even tracked. There's a CCTV camera in the state where the compound he's in. All that needs to be tracked. All that needs to be tracked. Why is his house bulletproof? Why is the police not asking all these questions? This guy knows what he's doing very well, and he's been prepared for it. Then the video that my wife sent shows two pillows on a chair, and it's like that someone was making himself comfortable. And you can see pieces of plastic broken on the ground, which means some struggling was happening there. Some struggling was happening there. As the first victim that went to testify in Abuja, I don't want to mention her name, she said immediately she entered his house, she got knocked off. He punched her in the face, He started beating her. Exactly. So what we want to know, what we want to point at is, since that Andrew, I want to bring two things before I close this call. Two things. First, if that Andrew is saying that they left his house, who was viewing my messages sent to my wife? Who was blue ticking me? Blue ticking means viewed the message, read the message. I was sending my wife messages. He was viewing the messages and he was never replying. He was never replying the messages. And that was until he was arrested on the 8th of May. That guy stopped viewing the messages. The day he was arrested, she went offline forever. He was the one checking everything. He was playing. He was trying to create a competitive.
Yes, he had their phones. He had their phones. And I clearly tell you that when the police were saying they found the phones in Owerri, maybe he locked them up, went to another location. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But obviously, it is very obvious that he has their phones with him, and then he tries to see what is going on, who is trying to reach out, what he's trying to monitor. That guy is a psycho. He can sit down to calculate anything.
I'm an engineer. And I can tell you two things from all this case. It doesn't add up. First, you can change your IP address without going to another location. You can change your location of where I am now. I could literally put myself in America. Second thing, this car is an E2020 220 Mercedes-Benz 2017. That car doesn't have the technology which is called MBUX of Mercedes, which has facial recognition. That car doesn't have it. It's the low model of Mercedes. It's not the S-Class. It's the S-Class and the Maybach that has these options. It doesn't have it. And these people lied. They said, oh, they had to put him in the seat so that the car would recognize him. I'm sorry to say, it's a lie. It's a complete lie. I'm telling you this. This technology doesn't exist in 2017 in Mercedes cars, especially this model.
We believe you.
Going back to the other thing. Going back to the excuse me. So he had their phones. He was creating a compelling story to the public because he knew that what he has done. All right. So we want to know the dates that he sent these messages. And he said, "Oh, when can you come to this?" And then there's that 1 billion naira, whatever. We want to see the dates because he could have used their phones, chatted himself from Celine's phone, replied the message, chatted himself again, replied the message.
I agree.
If you look at the time,
I agree with
you. The times, these minutes, it's just in the same minute he's replying. And those are not replies of Celine. I spoke to a family, I spoke to a boyfriend. She doesn't reply that way. That's an English reply from an English man. That's not a Nigerian lady's reply. Nigerian ladies reply a certain way. This is a clearly English reply. He was the person doing all this. And let him bring it up. Let him bring it up. I'm very sure that a lot of things we don't know about Andrew, but I can really assure you, he wants us to see what he wants us to see.
So this is what Afiba's husband is saying. Any questions, sir? Obisa. Any idea? A sensible, a possible because any maybe I was say me from the onset. Time I'm on the back where I say the guy has been like bro tries to escape from the police. The picture and I see video on the bar. On but to surface who ye saw a much near the Charlie. That particular video no as a what a sculpture being at the honey idea because I don't think dead body as will be on day play annually BB normally at all. So there is something fishy going somewhere. So obviously now the young fancy here now the BCBano the web all the MSR on the subscribe to Showdown Studios. Now one me notification bell icon. Subscribe it. Let turn on the bell notification. Set up a drop in the video. Once you bet me, bro. Until we meet again.